It happened in front of everyone. The music was soft, the wine red, the laughter artificial. My wife, ex-wife, though I didn't know it yet, stood under the chandelier, her face glowing with a light that didn't belong to me anymore. Someone had toasted her name, someone else said to the most loyal woman in the room. The irony burned slow. Then she looked at me, not lovingly, not even kindly, just tired. And with a calmness I'll never forget, she said it, loud enough for the party to hear. I wish I never met you, Rick. I never loved you. The air turned to ice, forks paused midair, conversations died mid-sentence. My hands didn't move, my jaw didn't tighten. I only looked at her as if studying a foreign creature wearing the face of my wife. Inside, something sank, deep and cold, like a body tied to a stone. Consider me as if I never existed, I said. Live your life as though there was never a husband named Rick. They went silent, the whole party froze. And in that silence, something inside me woke up. Something I had buried, long before I ever said I do. 3 days later, her lawyer called. She wanted the house, not half, all. That was my first clue that this was not spontaneous rage. It was premeditated. The pieces began to align. The business trips that always coincided with the closing of major deals. The mysterious new agent she called a friend. The sudden insistence that she handle our real estate investments personally. I remember her laughter when she came home late, light, careless. It wasn't laughter that belonged to a woman in love with her husband. It was the laughter of someone rehearsing for freedom. At first, I thought I could forgive it, pretend ignorance, move on. But then I found the contract. Hidden beneath the stack of closing papers, her signature and his. Both names neatly entwined, both listed as co-owners of a property I bought. That's when denial died and silence became my weapon. I didn't confront her, not yet. You never start a war before you've mapped the terrain. Instead, I listened, watched. The phone records told their own story, late-night calls to an unfamiliar number, the same one labeled Broker D. Her laptop, always locked now, her passwords changed. Her perfume lingered longer on her clothes than her presence in our home. I played my part, smiled, kissed her cheek in public, signed the document she placed before me. Each signature felt like I was handing her the rope. Meanwhile, I called a friend, an attorney specializing in real estate law. Together, we traced every property she'd handled for me. Every transaction, every fraudulent transfer. It was elegant, really. She had used my own trust to fund her future with another man. While I was building an empire, she was quietly moving it out from under me brick by brick into shell companies I didn't even know existed. But I didn't stop her, not yet. Because revenge only has power when the betrayer still believes they're safe. The proof came in a single envelope. A chain of property deeds, wire transfers, and emails. Her lover, David, the broker. They had been partners for 2 years. Business partners first, then lovers, then thieves. She used my company's name, my signature template, my assets to buy properties registered under their LLC. It was all there, black and white. Every line, every lie. I remember the night I showed it to her. Dinner, candles, wine, the illusion of normalcy. When she sat, I slid the folder across the table. She frowned, confused. Then she opened it. Her face drained color. The candlelight flickered against the sweat forming on her temple. "What is this?" she whispered. I said nothing. "Rick, this isn't what it looks like. It's exactly what it looks like," I said quietly. Silence again. The same kind of silence that once froze a party. Only this time it was private, intimate. The kind of silence that exposes a soul. She tried to plead, to cry, to turn her betrayal into misunderstanding, but I had already turned the knife. What she didn't know, what David didn't know, was that every property, every fraudulent transfer was still under my legal umbrella. She hadn't stolen from me. She had stolen for me. All the documents she used to deceive me were drawn from my own firm's templates. And the LLC they thought they owned registered to my holding company, silently, strategically, months ago. When she thought she was making her escape, she was only digging her own grave. "You used me," she said, trembling. "No," I said, "you used you." Then I stood, calm, finished my drink, and left her sitting there staring at the ashes of her own cleverness. The next morning, her lawyer called again, only this time his tone was different. He'd seen the new filings. He knew she had nothing left. Not the houses, not the money, not even her name on the deeds. I didn't need to say a word. I never saw her again after that. She moved out quietly, like a thief leaving the scene before dawn. They say she tried to rebuild, tried to start over with David. But money built on deceit never stays long. It burns, it bleeds. Sometimes I drive past the property she thought she owned. They stand tall, cold, unfeeling. Just like me. I don't feel anger anymore. Or love, or loss. Only precision. What she called marriage, I now call evidence. What she called love, I call motive. The world thinks I forgave her, that I let her go. But forgiveness isn't silence. It's strategy. And sometimes the most merciful revenge is letting them live long enough to realize you are the only thing that ever truly belonged to them. Final line. She said she wished she never met me. Now she wakes up every day in a world I built, where I no longer exist.